What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 657 of Community Universe Mode and Crossfire, episode 1. It has been a little while since the last time we have been up and going, but we are finally here after many trials and tribulations for the very first episode of Crossfire, and the season truly underway, as we have got two superstars who very well may be the future of CMV as a part of the Crossfire brand. Jerick Lawson taking on Travis Baker. Amber Reed at ringside, as we've seen her be the past few outings for Travis Baker. She's got a match of her own later on tonight, but we've seen a handful of matches from Travis Baker, losing in his debut at Winterfest, and then making up for it big time a few weeks ago. Shake Up defeating Levi Marta, the first time that Levi Marta has been defeated, since his return towards the end of last season after being away for damn near 3 years. And this young upstart now looking to push on forward and truly carve out a path as a part of the Crossfire brand, but Jerick Lawson might make that a bit harder. Looking to block that path with some cowboy-ish if he's got his way. We saw a bit of Jerick Lawson in the Battle Royal at Shake Up. This is his first singles match. Oh my God! Travis Baker, as this fight spills to the outside with a massive pop-up Hurricane Rana. Kind of had to, jump out and get everything out there real quick because the entrance is still glitched after being fixed for a month or so. Got on the game today and, tried like 4 or 5 times. The game crashed every single time. So for some reason, entrances are yet again glitched, as well as custom championships. But I believe I found a workout around that, at least. We've got 2 championship matches here tonight on Crossfire. Very much looking forward to the 0G championship match. Zach Angel challenging Jason Spade, guys. But most importantly, in our main event, a brand spanking new CMV Global Champion will be crowned. We know that Mr. Slate got the Undisputed Championship, and the man who holds it, Chris Proudfoot, over on Supremacy during the draft. So Ken Donahue reviving the Global Championship, which was a title over on Intensity when that show was still around, and then going forward on Unmatched, as Ace Reeves, the future of CMV, many have called him, and for a good reason, as we get a 619 by Jerick Lawson in the corner. But as soon as he gets back into the ring, powerbomb by Baker. Ace Reeves, though, taken on. Ken Donahue said in his own words, a man who represents the past in CMV, Randy Borton, and one of those men will head forward into the season as the King of the Mountain here on Crossfire. Oh my God, Jerick Lawson just plowed Travis Baker in the face, a pop-up kick, and that real cowboy-ish to get things started here on Crossfire. My God, Jerick Lawson nearly putting a hole through Baker's face with that kick. Look at this. Bam! And I guess maybe the momentum Baker got off of defeating the CMV veteran, living legend, and Levi Marta at Shake Up had him riding high, and Jerick Lawson just had to knock him off here tonight. We'll see how Amber Reed does in her own debut match later on tonight, a part of a big old fatal 4-way, seeing some new faces in the women's division. But what a start for Jerick Lawson. Might not expect him to be such an athletic guy, but he certainly just showed us that exactly is what he is. And speaking of that women's division, here we go, guys. The, really interesting match I've been looking forward to because Sarria makes her singles debut. We saw that she actually has a lot to bring to the ring at Winterfest when she was a part of a mixed tag team match. It was her and Kevin Silva, of course, taking on Haley Jones and Ashley Amell, who got drafted over to Supremacy. But in the end, it went to a double countout, no decision. Kevin Silva and Ashley Amell just started beating the holy hell out of each other at ringside. But Sarria and Haley Jones were just going at it. And so Ken Donahue was giving them a chance to kind of settle that beef definitively here tonight on the very first episode of Crossfire. Sarria, no pushover, taking on one half of Huggin and Sluggin. And she's not going to be alone either. Sarria's got the former Alpha World Champion in her corner, but Haley Jones has got the former Women's Champion Ashley Rain backing her up. You know that Ashley Rain has got her eyes on that Women's Championship, the game, of course. Why wouldn't it? Giving Sarria her manager attire because literally can't win anything with this game. So she's wrestling in those high heels. But let's be honest, that might even be more deadly. I just hate this game, and it is working on that last straw, guys. But let's see if Sarria can work past this wardrobe malfunction. I guess she left her wrestling attire in Canada during Winterfest, so now she's got to do what she's got to do, you know? And if she wins this match while wearing, you know, a skirt and high heels, hey, I'll be all that more impressed. She gets a kick off to the knee, and then a super kick a super kick while wearing heels, that's got to add some damage points big time. As I was saying, though, Ashley Rain having her eyes on that Women's Championship that is currently held by Riley Van Wilson, winning it at the very end of last season by shattering Ashley Rain's shin, spending most of the off-season rehabbing and working as hard as she can. And we saw that pay off at Winterfest when she was able to defeat RVW's close friend and tag team partner Xiaorong. Not in action tonight, though. Able to take it easy, showing her support for Jones, who gets laid out with a stunner, or more of a jawbreaker. And now a snapmare driver. Jeez Louise. Papa cheese. I know Kevin Silva is no happy camper. Shake up, taking the L at the hands of Ace Reeves, and he knows, as well as other people do, if he won that match, it could very well be him in tonight's main event fighting for that global championship against Randy Borton, but 'tis not to be. Instead, kind of playing the part that Sarria's played for him these past couple of years. At ringside, watching closely. You can't really ask for a better tutor in that ring than Kevin Silva, the former World Tag Team Champion, Trios Champion, the very last ever Alpha World Champion. And it shows. Sarria is, I mean, you got to give her credit. She is something to see in that ring at Winterfest, man. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. She was taking it to Haley Jones there. She's taking it to Haley Jones now. Trying to fight back, even in that skirt. Fireman's carry takeover now pulled up to vertical base. Clothesline, though, by Sarria. Got that attitude, and it is certainly exemplified there. Every single move she makes. Look at Haley Jones, though, attempting to go for some sort of victory roll, maybe into a knee bar. We won't be able to find out as makes a slick reversal. As I mentioned, this is not all we've got from the women's division tonight. That fatal four-way showing off some new faces. Hangman's neckbreaker from the top rope, and that is going to quickly change the complexion of this matchup. Haley Jones able to retake control, and look at these strikes, a mile a minute. Finishing with a Pele kick that might have just absolutely shattered the nose of Sarria. There's another knee. Well, if the Pele kick didn't do it, I'll tell you what, that definitely did. Off the ropes goes Haley Jones. Neck breaker, and the way this match started and how it's going now, 180 indeed. Tries to go for a clothesline, maybe attempting to knock Haley out of the ring so Sarria can catch her breath, but not so fast. Knee to the temple. Sarria back into the ring. Haley Jones has taken this match in a whole different direction and now is adopting her own pace. Excuse me. Still working off that cold, so work with me here. Whoa! Sarria continuing to just pull out these counters, the likes of which I've never seen. Haley Jones finding it hard to keep up, but as I said before, Sarria not trained by any Dick or Jane, and look at that! Sit out basebuster, almost had Haley's number at Winterfest. Will it tonight? Oh, dearie. As close to getting. You saw Ashley Rain jumping on the apron like, come on, come on, come on, giving her best friend that support she needed. And now we get a big old ripcord knee strike, shades of Ashley Rain's boyfriend, the United States champion, Robert Cross, who had his coronation tonight. That unique opportunity he earned at Winterfest, paying off in the form of becoming the new United States champion. Of course, his coronation not having a very happy ending as it was trashed by the returning Chris Diamond. We'll talk about that more later on tonight, as Sarria grabbing Haley Jones by the hair. What a match this has been so far. I knew it was going to be competitive after what they did to each other at Winterfest in the mixed tag team match. Hurricane Rana turned into a DDT. Spike and Sarria. Now we get a single knee face breaker. Where's Sonny Octavian Eater? 1, 2. Ooh. I hope none of you guys are trying to get a peek up that skirt, because you know what? We don't tolerate that here in CMV. This is a Christian family show. Clothesline again. Ducks Sarria's clothesline attempt. Falling dropkick, and Haley Jones has got that coursing through her veins right now. The fans, Ashley Rain, everybody cheering her on. Counter by Sarria. Taking down Jones with that arm drag. Body splash. Sarria might not be the biggest woman in the world, but that's still going to hurt. That's still over 100 pounds crashing down onto your sternum. Into the corner, Kevin Silva. Really wanting to see Sarria succeed. Imagine them standing side by side. Global champion, women's champion. That's got to be the dream. Could be the start of it. And I don't know why Sarria is even allowed to compete in this attire. She's got the heels. She's got rings on her finger, giving her quite an advantage. Whoa! Guys, am I the only one that is just uber impressed with Sarria? Her first ever singles match. And she's hanging on with someone the caliber of Haley Jones. Sharp as a knife with that snap. Dragon suplex, and Haley Jones has seen enough. She's looking to put this one away. Kevin Silva's got a great seat as Sarria reverses another arm drag. Haley Jones, knowing she's in trouble, rolls to the outside. Trying to collect herself. Sarria's not going to allow that to happen. Coming to collect, but runs right into a tilt-a-whirl DDT. Down alongside the ring. Haley Jones, hands on her hips, looking around. I think she didn't expect this to be such a tough night either. She should have, though. Winterfest was a clear indication that Sarria is not going to be any sort of walk in the park. And now we get a figure 4 head scissors. What count is referee James at right now? 8. Have until 20 to get back into the ring. Kick to the midsection. 9, guys. I don't like this. Will we get a replay of Winterfest, that mixed tag team match ending in a count out? I think Sarria wants to win by count out. Perhaps at this point realizing, even though she's, oh, nope, breaking the count. Haley Jones still ready to go. That was a Hurricane Rana, not exactly hit so perfectly, but getting enough of the job done. Haley Jones is down, not for long. There's that victory roll into a double root stomp. Looking for it towards the start of this match. Now we get it played out fully, and boy, was it a thing of beauty. Tries to kick out the shin. Sarria says, I don't think so. Russian leg sweep. And all the maneuvers hit at ringside, just damage amplified tenfold. That concrete line beneath those thin pads. Haley Jones goes low. Sarria's got it well scouted. Clothesline. And another sit-out facebuster, guys. Skirt, heels, and all. 1, 2, 3. Sarria has just defeated Haley Jones. After what was a hell of a way to get the women's action this season started, episode 1 of Crossfire ending in quite a shocker. Sarria defeating Haley Jones. A second sit-out facebuster, and Jones just didn't have enough left. Of course, we've got generic music as well. Is there anything this game can get right? Because I'm not too sure. All I know is I'm not going to be messing with Sarria. I might be more afraid of her than Kevin Silva now. I don't want to get one of those heels somewhere, you know, where the sun don't shine. Sorry you guys had to hear that. I thought I had my mic muted. I don't want to cough so loud in y'all's ears, so I'm trying to mute the mic when I have to cough. But anyway, we're getting back into it, guys. In the next matchup... Wait a minute. I'm getting a report from backstage, guys. Apparently there's some sort of altercation going down. And hang on, it's not clear. We're trying to get a camera on the scene as quickly as possible, but from what I'm being told, Adam Richards has approached what? You guys saw that said backstage brawl, right? I wasn't seeing things correctly. The screen said backstage brawl. I'm almost 100% sure. This doesn't look like the backstage area. This kind of looks like the ring, but maybe this is what the backstage looks like now. Hey, it's 2K20. You know, we're in the future. Maybe the backstage area is an exact replica of the arena in which we are having the show take place. But one way or another, Adam Richards has assaulted Randy Orton and dragged him down to the ring. And for whatever reason, the Sex Machine is assaulting Orton. Guys, Orton is supposed to compete in our main event later on tonight. We were just talking about it only a few moments ago, facing Ace Reeves to crown a brand new global champion. And Adam Richards taking it upon himself to assault the Movement Man, but for what reason? I can only speculate, but I believe it may be the fact that Adam Richards defeated Randy Orton at Shake Up a few weeks ago. But despite that, Randy Orton was picked over Richards to fight for the Global Championship here tonight on the debut episode of Crossfire. And he is not having any of that, taking out his frustrations. And even though I know Ace Reeves to be a great guy, he would never wish this on his worst enemy. Some part of him has got to be, worried. What's going to happen now in the main event? Adam Richards doesn't seem to have any intention of stopping this attack on Randy Orton. Someone's got to come out here. I mean, it's not that these guys are hidden backstage. Usually when we get attacks like this, it's somewhere backstage in a corner. It's understandable that security can't make it there in time to break it up. We're always talking about how bad the security is. Well, truly, because where are they? They are in the ring. Everybody and their mama knows where these two are right now. Can't make it out here. Ken Donahue, anyone in the back. Ace Reeves should be out here. The Gravity Manipulator thrives off of competition. by the looks of things, man, Adam Richards is just beating Randy Borton from pillar to post. There's no way Borton is going to be in well enough shape to face Reeves in no more than an hour for that global championship. And what does that mean? Ken Donahue has got to be out of his mind right now backstage. I'm sure he's doing his best to find security. They're sleeping in the boiler room. That's got to be the only explanation as to why they aren't out here right now separating these two, saving Borton, the former world champion, who, yes, Adam Richards defeated him at Shakeup. Yes, it was a great victory, but now it's being soiled. I get Richards might be frustrated, but Ken Donahue chose Borton for a reason. He's a former multi-time world champion. One victory doesn't make you, world championship caliber. Richards still has a lot to prove. I see a bright future, but this is not a way to get your career started. My God, Richards is just beating Borton to hell and back with no signs of stopping anytime soon. Borton trying to fight back as he always does. He is not a man to give up easily. Kick to the back right there. Borton grabbing Richards by the ears. Snap vertical suplex. If Borton's going to go down, if he's going to have his championship match taken away, then Adam Richards is going to be going to the hospital with him. Richards attacking Borton backstage in his locker room, dragging him out here so that everyone in the world can see Richards looking to make a statement at the expense of the Milkman. This is a broadcasted slaughter. With every fiber of his being, Borton doing his damnedest to make Adam Richards regret the day he chose him. Punches across the forehead. I'm hearing now that finally it seems as though we've collected security. Superstars from backstage. Ken Donahue is leading a posse out here to the ringside area as Borton hits the Moo Thunderbomb. But will it be enough to keep Richards down? Fueled by jealousy, Borto end in the middle of the ring, just immediately picks him back up, looking for another one. Adam Richards, like it's dust off his shoulders. Ain't no thing, but apparently a chicken wang. Thrown into the corner. Look at that, guys. Borton can barely stand, though. Even though he's got the upper hand on Richards right now, it's very obvious that there's something wrong with Borton. Richards has accomplished his goal here tonight, to make sure Borton does not make it to the main event, to make sure Borton does not leave the very first episode of Crossfire as global champion. Not if Adam Richards has something to say about it. And Richards just tossing Borton down to the canvas. Ken Donahue nearly to the gorilla position. I'm being told help is on the way. Borton, just hang on. Stop fighting. You've already done enough. Adam Richards has had his say, but Borton letting him know that things ain't going to go down so easily. I'm sure Adam Richards had this written out in his head very differently. I think it probably actually took place backstage, 2K. But nonetheless, Richards just seeing red. And now look at this. Adam Richards, brainbuster down onto the knee. One of the most devastating maneuvers that the wrestling industry has ever seen. And Borton's neck got to be hanging on by a thread, but still he pushes through, knocking Adam Richards down. Kick to the midsection. Borton's got to know when to quit. Another jumping cutter connects, and finally it seems as though Ken Donahue has led his posse from the gorilla position, coming down the ramp with security guards and extra superstars from backstage getting into the ring, separating these two, pulling Adam Richards off of Borton with a fire in his eyes, almost like a starving lion being pulled away from its It's Gazelle that just hunted down. Richards isn't done. He doesn't want to stop, but an army of security dragging him off to the back as we got to get Borton to a local medical facility, guys. One thing is for sure, there is something wrong with Borton. Richards, he got his shots in, and now the question is, what's going to happen in our main event? What is Ken Donahue going to do? Sorry about that, guys. Had to go find some random guy on the street and punch him in the face real quick. A wall simply wouldn't have sufficed. But you're right, Quincy. We've still got a lot to look forward to. Let's not let this game drag us down to its level, all right? Because up next, the CMV 0G Championship is on the line. And this is what I'm here for. Jason Spade defending against Zach Angel, who made weight specifically for this shot, got himself in better shape, and in fact was the one to call out Jason Spade about a month ago, staking his claim to a 0G championship match. And then it was Ken Donahue who gave Jason Spade the right to pick his challenger for this very first episode of Crossfire to defend his title. Pick none other than Zach Angel. Jason Spade loves it when people step up to the plate. This is what he lives for. Zach Angel thinks that he has what it takes to become 0G champion. Jason Spade wants to prove him wrong. Look at these knees to the face. And Jason Spade looking to make good on his claim to clip the Angel's wings tonight. Not backing down, although he's the smaller man. We said it once and I'll say it again. Usually he is, but Jason Spade does not let that stop him. Close. Oh my God. Jason Spade drop kicking Zach Angel into the apron, and then Angel proceeded to fall down every single step. Not a minute into this match, and Angel has already taken a pretty nasty spill. Back into the ring he goes, but let's not forget that it's Jason Spade who has the champion's advantage. He can retain on a countout or disqualification. Zach Angel cannot win the title that way. Only by pinfall or submission in the ring will Angel leave Crossfire as 0G champion tonight. Season hasn't been started very long. Jason Spade already has one successful championship defense under his belt back at Shake Up. Defeated Matthew Justice and also a victory at Winter. One half of the NGW Tag Team Champions and Jay Young. Nothing to shake your head at. Victory roll into a double boot stomp. Now usually Spade likes to hit that maneuver from the top rope, but if he does, it may spell the end for Zach Angel here in this match. Speaking of championships, though, guys, seriously, what is going to happen in our main event now? Randy Borton has been taken out of the arena to a local medical facility. God only knows if he's going to be okay, hopefully. Now, Adam Richards already did a number in him at Shake Up, and after what we just saw, a truly disgusting sight. Richards allowing that jealousy, the fact that he was shafted, he feels at least, out of the Global Championship match tonight, and Randy Borton was given the opportunity instead of him. He got his way in the end, even though he may pay for it now. Is Ace Reeves still going to compete for the Global Championship? And if he is, against who? Ken Downey, who has a big decision to make. He wanted the first episode of Crossfire to be unforgettable. It is already in, a different sense. But he wanted to end it on a high note with a bang, crowning a new global champion. Now, who's going to bring Crossfire into the future? It's not going to be Randy Orton. That's for sure. Jason Spade taking just a second to appreciate his fans in attendance as he mollywops Zach Angel, but that rookie mistake, and for someone who's been in this business as long as Jason Spade has, you'd think he wouldn't pull something like that until the bell is actually rung. That's when you're allowed to gloat. Maybe Spade's downfall as he just gets drilled with that butterfly pile driver. Zach Angel not been in CMV very long. Debuted towards the end of last season, making it his goal in life to torture and torment Alistair Knox for months. Zach Angel spent every waking moment hounding Alistair Knox, ending in that classic steel cage match at Ascendance. Oh, classic single underhook DDT, aka the Lanzenberg lobotomy. I believe the first one of this season. 1, 2. Ooh, but Zach Angel has brought his A game, it would seem, to this Zero-G Championship match. And Jason Spade can hardly believe it. That's a maneuver that usually puts people down after just one. Unless you're Chris Proudfoot and you kick out of like 8 of them in a single match. But, of course, Chris Proudfoot has probably taken more Lanzenberg lobotomies than every other person that Jason Spade has ever faced put together. Zach Angel out of the corner, waiting for Spade to get to his feet and clipping him with that heel kick. Hang on a minute. I thought for a second we had a new Zero-G champion. Now it's Angel's turn to act surprised, but Jason Spade, oh, a cutter into a dragon sleeper. Look at the, excuse me? Jason Spade, I don't even know if Zach Angel had that dragon sleeper fully locked in before Spade just threw him overhead. That just goes to show how dangerous Spade is. Just when you think you've got him beat, think again. No way, Jose. Spade using the ropes to get to his feet, and you can tell that he is just exhausted at this point. Held that Zero-G championship since before Ascendance, won it in a triple threat ladder match. Jason Spade, of course, a part of the match of the year at Battle Scars with the championship in that triple threat against Stephon Hastings and Ace Reeves. But tonight may be the night that he has to kiss it goodbye. Jason Spade is tapped, and Zach Angel is the new Zero-G champion. On the very first episode of Crossfire, the landscape has already changed. Zach Angel issued the challenge, and Jason Spade accepted. We have a new Zero-G champion, but Spade, as I said before, he lives for the fight, and a fight he just got from Zach Angel, shaking hands. I'll tell you one thing, Spade, he may have been beaten tonight, but he'll be back. Zach Angel better not rest for too long. But for now, there is a new big dog in the small pond, I guess, that is the Zero-G division. Get it? Because they're smaller guys and small. You get it. Zach Angel, the new Zero-G champion, forcing Jason Spade to tap out. So Zach Angel is the new Zero-G champion. And of course, by the way, we didn't get to actually see the title because we got a good old-fashioned cutscene. But what are you going to do? Hopefully we'll get to see the Global Championship later on tonight. I still don't know, guys. No word from General Manager Ken Donahue yet. No word on Randy Borton's condition or any sort of punishment that will be dished out to Adam Richards. I don't think Ken Donahue, he had a record on NGW of trying at least to run a tight ship. I know that when Val was around, that wasn't so easy, but he made sure to keep superstars in line and not let them run roughshod for the most part. So I don't think Adam Richards is going to get away so easily. But still, the big question is what's going to happen in our main event. But for now, here's that newcomers match I was talking about before. 4 new faces to the women's division that Ken Donahue wants to put on display tonight. We've got Ashley Ramirez there in the solid blue attire. She is fighting it. Excuse me. Oh my God. Yuka Ito? You guys know that I am awful with foreign names, let's be honest. I'm a classic white guy, but I hope that I am pronouncing that correctly. How long did it take me to get Shao wrong, right? But I did over time, so just have some faith. Meanwhile, we have Amber Reed, who most of us have already become accustomed to. She was just out here earlier tonight, ringside for Travis Baker. Unfortunately, he took the L at the hands of Jarek Lawson. And it is Amber Reed that is tying up with Kumiko Carter of the Carter family. There's just got to be 2 names like that in this match, right? So that I can be properly embarrassed. Kumiko, I'm pretty sure I've got that one down. And Yuka Ito, I'm pretty sure I've got as well. Let me know if I'm wrong. I probably am. But just give it some time, all right? Amber Reed thrown into the corner, hoping to at least make the night 50-50 for she and Travis Baker. As Carter gets pushed towards the center of the ring. Now the Carter family is truly looking to take over CMV. We know that her fellow Carters went over to Supremacy. Saw a bit of what they had to bring to the table during Shake-Up, that 6-man tag team match against the Kingdom, which didn't end so well for them, but maybe the story will be different for Kumiko. You know who's got to have an eye on this match if she's smart, and I know that she is. That's the women's champion, Riley Van Wilson. She's got Ashley Rain breathing down her neck, but can't afford to count any one of these 4 out either. And by the way, this is not elimination. This is first fall to a finish. That means either pinfall or submission in the ring. First one to do it gets the dub and puts themselves on the map right out of the gate here on Crossfire. Still to come, guys, Josh Wolf. Probably one of the biggest drafts that Ken Donahue picked up during Shake-Up. Gonna go mano y mano with Ozone. Matchup that has the potential to steal the show. Will it? That remains to be seen. And still on everyone's mind, although I try my best to concentrate, what will happen at the end of the night? Will we still have a global championship match as Amber Reed has taken down Ashley Ramirez, guys, with a modified crossface. Able to escape before Carter has to break it up. Ito has fallen to the outside. Don't know if that's of her own choosing. Attempting to get back up to her feet right now. No count out, so she's got the time, or does she? As Ashley Ramirez and Carter are alone in the ring, and Carter is looking to end this one. We get a deep guillotine choke. Big Alistair Knox fan. Ramirez just getting caught in every single submission. Miho not even able to get to her feet by herself, helping out up against those ropes. Thrown. What is happening? Holy shit. I was genuinely lost there for a second, taking her all around the ring. I'm an old man. I find it hard to keep up with this kind of stuff, but Ashley Ramirez trying to sneak in a pin. And she nearly does on Anne-Marie, but does not see Ito coming from behind. Goes for that drop kick and misses. Gonna try for it again, misses again. Ramirez got hers though. Won on a third time. That's why you can never quit, alright? Third time is the charm. That old saying rings true. And is Ito gonna... What's she doing? Can she make that far? Well, she technically connected just in a far more brutal way than I think she intended to. Landed knee first on Amber Reed's face. Thank the heavens, Reed still looks good to go. As Kumiho locks in another deep guillotine choke, this time on Ito. Will anyone be able to break it up, though? Ashley's trying. Says, I don't need the help, does Ito. Able to get out of that one on her own. Double axe handle by Amber Reed, and again. Rolls through, sending Ramirez down onto her knees. Kick to the side of the head, trying to find refuge in that corner. Eventually she does, as Kumiho with a avalanche right to the back of the neck. That small kick to the lower back, up to the top rope. She goes down. Maybe she'll... Oh, but Yuka with the level of knowledge. Very smart move on her part. Getting out of the ring, wanting absolutely none of what Kumiho has to offer. From the top rope. Leg drop bulldog. But Ramirez rolls to the outside, and Reed's going to be the one to take this rear naked choke. I think Akira's watching right now, just beating up the TV after seeing that. How dare she? Ain't no Akira clutch, but probably would have been enough to take Amber Reed down, and Ito knows it. Gonna look to steal one. Ashley Ramirez says, I don't think so. Into a front headlock, chops away the hand. Oh, and a knee to the face. A very unique wrestling attire. Ito, how, and Ashley Ramirez off that face-crushing knee gets the dub. And what was a chaotic fatal four-way, to say the very least. It is Ashley Ramirez coming out on top. Didn't even see her hit that knee before on Amber Reed. That's what I'm saying. I could hardly keep up. And that is exactly what the women's division is all about. Last season, it stole the stage on NGW. This is going to do exactly the same here on Crossfire. Where's RBW? No matter where she is right now, she knows that she's going to have some stiff competition this season. Whew, needed a breather after that one. Running the gosh darn gauntlet. But congrats to Ramirez. Indeed, cannot wait to see what the women's division will bring this season. And into our tertiary main event of the night. Gonna see the debut of Mystery Master III as he takes on the Rat. I know he doesn't like to be called that anymore. I apologize. You know what? That's the last time, because I appreciate the man that Joseph Santos has become. I respect him immensely after he busted his behind to return from injury, and even still showing the signs of what happened to him way back at NGW Homebound. That match that I've tried many, many times to forget about. Essentially comes out to a live murder. Tenra, the things he did to Joseph Santos, and part of me wants to understand 10 months and months, I mean nearly half a year of Santos just again and again and again stabbing him in the back and then costing him the NGW Championship, but that really just does not excuse what Tenra did to Santos at Homebound. But Santos, he worked hard, returning at Shake Up a few weeks ago with a victory over Jay Young, and honestly looks better than ever. Now that, Tenra nowhere to be seen these last couple of months, Santos can sort of breathe easy and try to move on, rebuild his career. Looking to continue his winning ways against Mystery Mask the Third. Saw a friend of Mystery Mask, the second, compete for a short while last season. So now we'll see. I don't know if it's actually Mystery Mask the Second's son. I mean, I never even knew who Mystery Mask the First was. So I'm not entirely sure about the Mystery Mask family tree. It's kind of a mystery. One thing's for certain, Santos is getting a proper introduction. Going for the bridge and looking for a pin, but didn't even get a 1 count. The former NGW Tag Team Champion. The man with the upside down frown has his own face on his tights, which is an interesting move. Rami Young, of course, the girlfriend of Joseph Santos, former misfit herself, got caught right in the middle of that war, but in the end chose to stay by Santos' side. I'm honestly happy about that Tenra didn't drag her down into the depths. Didn't make her go to the dark side, if you will, along with him. I just hope that Tenra, wherever he is now, is getting the help he needs. And we'll see him back one day, Joseph Santos. Getting turned around in the corner, Mystery Mask up top. I know that Santos has championship aspirations. After we crowned a new Zero-G champion earlier tonight, maybe he wants to be the one to get the first crack at Zach Angel. After beating Jay Young a few weeks ago at Shake Up, he can knock off Mystery Mask the Third here. It's hard to argue against him. Clothesline, though. Right into a pin goes Mystery Mask. Frequent pins by this man. Hands on his mask. Maybe he's just straight up a ghost. We don't know what's under that mask. Turns him around. Good old-fashioned tiger suplex. Nothing like it. Or should I say dragon? Nothing like a dragon suplex. There are things like a tiger suplex. Rolling neck snap. Still to come, guys, in our co-main event. Josh Wolf going to battle Ozone, and it still remains to be seen. How will the night end? Will we get a global championship match? And if we do, who's going to be facing Ace Reeves? I have gotten a report on Randy Borton now, who has arrived at the medical facility. Shiitake mushrooms. 1, 2. Huh? Extra. What? Becoming Tim Allen for a moment. Joseph Santos just ate that top rope stunner. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Certainly didn't see it coming just now. That legitimately dropped my jaw. And Santos not only kicked out of it, but immediately got up afterwards. That's that fire in his belly, though, you know? He worked hard every single day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to make it back to the CMV ring. And he's not going to let some guy in a mask stop him from accomplishing his goal. Super kick to the jaw. Only getting a 2 count. Looks over at Rami. He tells him, you got this. And does he? Very well may. The man with the upside down frown going to turn things around on Mystery Mask the Third. Uno, dos, no trace. Trace? Where's Maury when you need him? Up to the top rope, Joseph Santos. Not slowing down. Moonsault. May very well be one of the very best I've seen in my 5 years of calling CMV action. Just hit the anniversary only a couple of weeks ago. Not even, December 31st. Way back in 2014. Been quite a ride. Now here we are today with this game. Testing our patience. Still, who knows where we'll be in another 5 years. Maybe Joseph Santos by then will have been a multi-time world champion. All I know is, right now, he's got a fierceness that he is just letting explode. Full mount, some right hooks, another clothesline. Not very often you see a stationary clothesline, but just about damn near taking Mystery Mask's head off as the two run to meet each other in the corner. Mystery Mask getting thrown right into those steel steps. Let's just hope Rami Young keeps her distance. We know she likes to tussle. I'm sure she herself is looking to pick up some gold this season. Could be the A-list couple here on Crossfire. Not if Mystery Mask has got something to say about it, though. Some kicks to the knee and now thrown into the far corner. Joseph Santos juking and jiving there. Count of 7, have until 20, getting a taste of his own medicine, thrown gut first into the steel steps. And now grabbed by his hair into a front headlock. Oh, good old Michinoku driver that Santos just says, that tickled. And into the steel steps again. 11. Not a whole lot of time to go. I would hate to see this match end via countout, because it has honestly been very fun to watch. It's super competitive. Mystery Mask the Third is showing us all what he brings to the table here in this one against an experienced competitor like Joseph Santos, who has his own things to prove and goals to accomplish. Making for a hard-fought contest. 17. Guys, Santos gonna try to run back into the ring. Maybe this won't end. Yes. Let's give it up to him. Let's give it up to him. Santos could have so easily taken the dub there, and the old Santos probably most definitely would have. But this is a new chapter. And not only the career, but the life of Joseph Santos. Breaking that count, and now the match going to continue, but that was uncalled for. Mystery Mask just throwing Santos into his girlfriend, Rami Young. And now talking that smack from under the mask of mystery. And Santos has not taken any of this. That sportsmanship is out the window now. Mission may already be accomplished, though. Mystery Mask getting into Santos' head. And now looking to finish the job. Another stunner from the top rope. Perfection. And that's gonna... Did this man just kick out of a second top rope stunner? And did he just get straight back up again? Look at Mystery Mask dead in the mask. Knocking him out of the ring. I think this is gonna steal the show. Josh Wolf, Ozone, they've got quite a competition to follow up on here. Joseph Santos walks it like he talks it. Can he get that bag, though? Or will he fumble it? Do you like these Migos references, or... Let me know. Leave a comment down below, you know? Give me so you want more Migos references, or maybe never another one again? Mystery Mask into the ring. It seems like he may be intent on taking a count-out victory, but changes his mind after thinking about it for a second. Spinning soul kick. Gets one right up under the knee. Doesn't want that bad karma. front headlock. Taking the arm into a old school Russian leg sweep. Doesn't get much more classic than that. Those steel steps are being used very, very often in this match. Is this a steel steps match? Is this the second ever steel steps match in wrestling history? Seems like it. Count of 7. Will we be so lucky for this match to get saved again? After Mystery Mask messed with Rami before, I don't know if Santos is going to be so forgiving again. Count of 10, and gotta be like the 7th or 8th time one of these guys has been thrown into the steps, and Santos says enough. Enough of this. There's no steel steps in the ring. Safe haven. Who would have thought that Mystery Mask III versus Joseph Santos would... What is this man's doing? Santos? No! Oh, and it does not pay off. That is why they call it high risk. Missile drop kick, just whoo, buzzing on by. And Mystery Mask looking to make him pay, grabbing the arm. Will we get a mat classic? No, says Joseph Santos, the former NGW Tag Team Champion, going for a walk and taking Mystery Mask down. Bit of lucha libre here on the first episode of Crossfire. Once again shaken, but the good God above gave him. Oh, and Mystery Mask. Oh man, he chose wrong when he leaned up against those ropes. Florida flatliner, old school. 1, 2. Where's the script? Who threw the damn script out the window? Mystery Mask. Even in defeat, another one. As DJ Khaled would say, 1, 2, 3. Santos finally grabbing the dub after a hell of a match. Mystery Mask III impressing in his CMV debut, but in the end, the man with the upside down frown gonna leave the inaugural episode of Crossfire with that upside down frown nice and bright. I can't believe this guy can't. Well, the second one was a bit iffy, bit botched. We just saw on the replay right there, but still, Santos took his licks and came out the other side looking like $1 million. Congrats to Joseph Santos, looking to make this season his. Our co-main event here on the very first episode of Crossfire, guys. Josh Wolf, one of the biggest picks for Ken Donahue in the draft a few weeks ago at Shake, a former Alpha World Champion, taking on a man who garnered a lot of fanfare CMV towards the later half of last season, the masked daredevil himself, Ozone. And I thought that this was for sure gonna steal the show and blow the roof off this joint. Still may, but it has got a lot to live up to after what Mystery Mask III and Joseph Santos just threw at all of us only a couple of moments ago. And in regards to our main event, guys, finally just got an update Not a minute ago from General Manager Ken Donahue that the match is still on. We are still going to be crowning a new global champion here on the first episode of Crossfire. Ace Reeves going to be taking on a hand-picked opponent. Ken Donahue scrambling this last half hour, 40 minutes or so after what happened to Randy Borton, taken out by Adam Richards. Also have an update on Borton. It appears that he has suffered a couple of cracked ribs and perhaps a minor concussion as well. Let you know more if the doctors give us another update. But for now, Borton is okay. He's being taken care of. Who knows how long, though. He's going to be on the shelf. Borton always manages to come back, and when he does, Adam Richards is going to have a lot to answer for. But at least we know that we are still getting a main event, guys. A global champion is still going to be crowned. The question now is, we just had one answered. Now we have another one. Won't have to wait too long, at least, to find out who Ace Reeves is going to be facing in our main event. Cannot go into the season without a leader, a king of the mountain, a champ to run the camp. There's two men that certainly have aspirations to one day hold the global championship. Josh Wolf has made it damn clear he's not going to let anybody stand in his way. And after everything that he did last season, I'm not gonna argue with him. I mean, turning on his best friend Reese Ortiz, not just stabbing him in the back, but just about ripping his spine out. That ascendant's putting Reese Ortiz down for good. I haven't even heard a peep from Ortiz since. Now Wolf is looking to move on after a great victory over Dante Tatum at Battle Scars to end last season. Ozone could be his first victim of the new era. Thrown into the corner. Ozone, who is looking beefier than last season. I think he spent the offseason in these last couple of months hitting the gym, hitting those weights, because I mean he's gotten so swole he had to rip the sleeves off his freaking attire. Look at those muscles, man. Jacked. And that's not good news for Josh Wolf. Oh, but cheeky as cheeky comes. The former Alpha World Champion psyching Ozone out, acting as if he was going to go for a knife edge chop, and then planting the masked Daredevil with a DDT. And nobody throws out a worse DDT than Josh Wolf. And not in a bad way. Oh, wait a minute. Josh. What the hell is it? Josh Wolf. Oh, yes. Knee to the face. Go. 2. This is awesome chant from the fans. I mean, certainly didn't see it coming. Ozone for sure did not. I'm not too sure what that was. It looked like Josh Wolf kind of just pointed at Ozone's his package, but it seemed to have done damage. Ozone kind of reacted to it. So does Josh Wolf possess the Lord's touch now? Chris Proudfoot gonna be looking into that. Blue Thunder Bomb only gets a 1 count. Picked up into a seated position. Wolf. I don't know exactly what it was that finally pushed him over the edge and had to return, but just fully envelop himself in this Fenrir persona. I mean, a couple of years ago, it nearly, trying to straight up, damn, lifted it in a headbutt, and now a knee right across the bridge of the nose. As I was saying, Josh Wolf a couple of years ago, almost let himself go over to that place of no return. But last season, after everything he did to Reese Ortiz, it seems as though there's no saving Josh Wolf. Doesn't want to be saved, certainly. Fenrir has taken over the man we all once knew and loved. But no matter what Josh Wolf has got going on in his head, and Believe me, it's a lot. In that ring, nothing has changed. And if it has at all, for the better. Josh Wolf, I don't even remember the goddamn last time he lost it. Wolf has been on fire. As I mentioned, defeating Reese Ortiz at Ascendance, Dante Tatum at Battle Scars, but maybe it all ends here. Maybe this season things will be different. Power bomb by Ozone. 1, 2. And what would have been not only an upset victory, but the biggest victory of Ozone's entire wrestling career to beat a former world champion, a CMV veteran. One of the absolute best, lacing up a pair of boots and stepping into a rank today. But of course it is Wolf we're talking about. With but a millisecond to spare, able to survive, and Josh Wolf grabbing those horns. Which I think Schmitty may have something to say about those horns, by the way. That's for all those CMV old heads out there. Schmitty almost, tried to sue Bison because he had horns, alright? For those who might have been lost by that reference. Tip up. Luckily, he's not here to have to deal with this again. But Josh Wolf does, and he is facing it head on, another DDT. And by the way, before, I wasn't saying Josh Wolf has a bad DDT. I was meaning, like bad DDT. Things. Your head is forever messing. Did he just... Josh was trying to go for, what the hell? I thought he was going for a tombstone for a minute. Turned into a 360 reverse DDT instead. The amount of times these two have hit this Northern Light suplex into a final cut. I think they both hit it 3 times. Just trying to prove who has the better, I guess. Oh, and there's those horns being used effectively. Should be a disqualification, I feel like, but I guess that's allowed here. Crossfire. Ozone has just pinned Josh Wolf in the very first episode of the new season. We have already got a shocker. Upset from Ozone. Wow. The masked Daredevil, after a hell of a fight, but under some, I'd say, kind of actions with those horns. I feel like impaling someone with horns to defeat them should probably be, on the side of illegal. Well, one way or another, the ref counted the 3, and Ozone stands victorious here on the debut episode of Crossfire. So here we go, my fine feathered friends. After quite a turn earlier in the night when Adam Richards attacked Randy Orton backstage and then dragged him down into the middle of the ring so everybody could see him just put the lickings to Borton, ending and Borton being taken to a local medical facility, as was just reported, only a few minutes ago, suffering broken ribs and possibly a concussion, all because Adam Richards feels shafted. It was supposed to be Randy Orton here tonight in our main event, ending the very first episode of Crossfire, fighting Ace Reeves to crown a new global champion, but instead, that was not to be. And Ken Donahue, instead of postponing the match, he wanted Crossfire to be a show to be remembered forever. The very first episode didn't want it to end like that just because Adam Richards got jealous. So he scrambled to find a replacement. And who is that replacement going to be? We will end Crossfire with a global champion being crowned. But will it be Ace Reeves, or will it be the five-time undisputed CMV World Heavyweight Champion? Do my eyes deceive me? That is the A-lister. That is Hayden Blade Kitely. The man who started CMV, the very first ever CMV match 5 years ago, December 31st, 2014, hasn't been seen since his loss to Dante Tatum at the Grand Ascendant. He's the replacement. How did Ken Donahue pull this off? And Ace Reeves has got to be surprised, as myself and I'm sure every single other person here in this arena, in the crowd and backstage, but he can't afford to let that shock factor play with his head, because he's got to know who he's sharing the ring with, or right now sharing the ringside area with. None other than arguably the greatest CMV superstar of all time, a bona fide future Hall of Famer, who is coming to finally break that long-standing tie he has with his ex-gen brother Paul Devine. They are both five-time world champions. Will Hayden lead Crossfire six-time world champion? In only 40 moments notice, Ken Donahue has delivered what very well may be one of the biggest surprises in CMV history. Ace Reeves has been working his ass off, though, ever since he debuted in CMV last season. Won the Magnificent Six contract, cashed in to become NGW World Champion. But just as he hit the peak of the mountain, he tumbled down. And at the end of last season, we saw him starting to put the blocks back together, build his way back up. And that shakeup, he impressed Ken Donahue enough with that victory over the former Alpha World Champion Kevin Silva to give him the opportunity tonight. But Ace Reeves has been preparing for months for Borton. That's who he was supposed to face here. But instead, with only 40 minutes notice, he's in the ring with a man who has accomplished damn near everything there is to accomplish. I think he actually has accomplished everything there is, except for one thing, and that's winning the Global Championship. Hayden was involved over 3 years ago in the tournament to crown the inaugural CMV Global Champion, and he lost to Aaron White. 3 years Hayden has been waiting to right that wrong, and he has the chance now here in the main event of the very first episode of Crossfire. The only thing standing in his way is a kid named Ace Reeves, but that's quite a roadblock if you ask me. And even so, Ace Reeves is given his fight. You know, there's someone that Ace Reeves is very close to, and that's Dante Tatum, the man who defeated Hayden at Ascendance. After Dante Tatum, you know, for pretty much the entirety of his career was compared to Hayden. Hayden had the chance to put those rumors to rest, but instead he was bested by, you know, the Catalyst. And now here's another upstart, another superstar of the future, and Ace Reeves that wants to etch his name into the history books at the expense of Hayden. Will Hayden allow it to happen? Ace Reeves, a kick to the face. And Hayden, thanks for coming, but I think your trip may have been wasted. No! Hayden refusing to be embarrassed like that. I don't know where Hayden was. He obviously had to have been in the state to make it to the arena as quickly as he did. I mean, 40 minutes, that's not a lot of notice. Ken Donahue had to think for a minute, then he had to get out his phone, he had to call Hayden, Hayden had to accept, then he had to make it here? That actually seems kind of like fishy if you ask me, but I'm not going to focus on that right now. I'm going to focus on what's happening before my very eyes. Ace Reeves versus Hayden to crown a brand new global champion. Who is going to take Crossfire into the future? Who's going to be at the top of the mountain? Who's going to be the champ that runs the camp? And who's going to be the superstar that looks to rival whatever Mr. Slayton's supremacy has? I'll tell you this much, if Ace Reeves ends Crossfire tonight as global champion, he will have earned my respect and every other person's respect. You'd have to be out of your mind to argue the fact that Ace Reed wasn't just... Oh! Code breaker out of nowhere! Classic Hayden! 1, 2, 3! And Hayden has done it in 40 minutes notice. Hayden is a six-time CMV World Champion. And Ace Reeves, never a man to let jealousy get the better of him. Even though he had a lot to make up for tonight, with Randy Orton being taken out, Ace Reeves still gave everything he had. Gave Hayden a fight. But in the end, Hayden Kitely, who started CMV off 5 years ago, ends the first episode of Crossfire, accomplishing a goal that he's had at the back of his mind for over 3 years, becoming global champion, finally breaking that tie, that years-long tie he's had with Paul Devine, and is a 6-time CMV World Champion. No better way to end the first episode of the season, if you ask me. Hayden is back. He ain't taking that ish no more, baby. Congratulations to the A-lister, and what does Supremacy have to offer after a show like that? I guess we'll all find out this Friday, but for now, there's a lot to talk about. Well, guys, thank you for joining me for the real first episode of the season. I hope you enjoyed it, despite the numerous attempts by the game to ruin absolutely everything. Let's just hope the game doesn't reset my data tomorrow, which I would not be surprised about. And honestly, it might be a bit of a mercy kill. But despite the game doing its absolute best to make sure that CMV could not return, we finally have, and like I said, Supremacy will be this Friday. I think it still says it on the site, but it's not true anymore. I'll change it after the stream is over. Crossfire will be every Monday, and Supremacy will be Fridays, as it was last season. And then when we have a pay-per-view, the next of which, by the way, is Point Break in 4 weeks, it will not be on a Sunday because I work Sundays, unfortunately. So when there's a pay-per-view, I think we'll have to do so for example, when Point Break comes around, I think I'll have to do Point Break on the Monday and then Crossfire on either Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll figure it out. But either way, for sure, Crossfire every Monday. For sure, Supremacy every Friday. I got my schedule now. It's set. So unless something changes, that's what it be. That's what it is. That's what it do. No more month-long breaks. I promise. I promise you. So we'll see what Supremacy has this Friday. How is Mr. Slate going to respond to what went down on Crossfire tonight? You just have to tune in and find out this Friday. But for now, if you like what you saw and you're new to the show, make sure you drop that follow, ! Twitter and Discord, separate, ! Twitter, and then ! Discord to get our links to the social media. Communityuniverse.4emotion.com if you want to check out our website, which isn't really the hub of CMB anymore. Really, our Discord is. So if you want to join, go to the Discord. But our website's still updated, still has all that, record information, roster, and all that good stuff. So if you want to check that out, you can. For now, I hope you have a lovely rest of your Monday night. And I'll see you when I see you, unless the game crashes one more time and I have to spear it or chuck it out the window. I can't because I don't have a physical copy. So I kind of just have to suffer in silence and punch some poor man in the street. But unless, that happens, I'll see you on Friday. Bye.